People asking me personal questions. It's feeling a little bit personal. It's feeling a little bit in my space. Hi, it's Essie. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I hope you're good. As you can see from the title, I am on the hunt for a new apartment. Someone actually commented on my last video about my apartment being gorgeous, I think, but it's not my apartment. So I guess we can get into why I'm moving out. From watching my previous two videos, you would have probably gathered I moved out originally 2 years ago. For a few months, I kind of had my own place. I was living in a shared house, so I had my own room en suite. So I met my boyfriend in that space of time a couple of months after moving out, and then a couple of months after meeting him, he bought an apartment and we moved in together. Living here together has definitely been better than the standard of life living in a shared house, and obviously much better than living with my parents. However, there were a few reasons why I felt like I wanted my own apartment. The first being that I just do. I've always wanted my own apartment, and I feel like I never really got to live that dream. I feel like I really skipped out on that part of being independent and learning who I am, which for me is a key part, it's a key journey, it's a key reason, it's one of the main reasons, or one of the biggest things I was looking forward to in my whole double life experience. It feels crucial and imperative to my story and my journey, and to have kind of skipped over that has not really sat well with me in the last 2 years. I also just really want my own space. I want my own blank canvas to just try things, do things, explore, experiment. I want my own space to be able to be creative and to heal and grow into myself. And also, I just really want to find my own routines. I think being in a relationship, you kind of adapt how you live and the things you do, or the ways you do the things you do, so that the other person is comfortable living in the same space as you. But I think I've never really had my own routines, and I would like to create them first before adapting them. So those are kind of all the reasons why I want to move out, and I am really excited. So in this video, I'll be showing 3 of the apartments I have had the opportunity to take a look at, 2 of which I actually did look at, another of which I was preparing for the viewing and got a call that the apartment had already sold. So I won't be actually showing you a video of what the place looked like, but I will talk about it with the pictures I saw, and hope that will be enough. You know, I'm really finding that it is so hard to get an apartment. It is so hard to even get a flipping viewing. It's hard to arrange a viewing because sometimes like letting agents are just rude. They're actually rude, bro. Also, I've been faced with like the surprise of being asked screening questions over the phone. I thought that screening questions only kind of really happened if you showed your own interest in actually putting money down for an apartment, but a lot of the times when I've rang estate agents to book in a viewing, they ask me a bunch of questions, just generally around like if I'm going to be the one there. That's probably a normal thing, but for me, I guess I wasn't expecting it, because when I first moved out, I moved into a shared room with a very chill landlord who kind of took pity on me and my situation and was like, okay, here's the key. So people asking me personal questions about my income and what I do for a living and things like that it's feeling a little bit personal. It's feeling a little bit in my space. Anyway, it's been a whole palaver, but let's get into what my requirements are for an apartment. Okay, so ideally I'm looking for an apartment in that sweet, beautiful, gorgeous I don't know why I'm being like this. I guess I'm just like getting into it now. I'm looking for an apartment with a rent price monthly of £700. And I know, depending on who you are, what you do, where you're watching this, where you live, that might sound some type of way. I live in the UK and I live outside of London, about an hour outside of London, in a fairly big town. The prices here are pretty generous or pretty good compared to like if you're living somewhere like London or in a big city like Manchester. I have seen a couple of 1-bed apartments go for around 700 or even just a bit below that. So if I could find a place for £700 a month, that would be beautiful, because obviously it being rented, it's not bills included. I am willing to go to the absolute max of £900 a month. I am looking for a 1-bedroom because £700 a month for a 2-bed is just kind of unrealistic. My other requirements are I would adore to have a modern kitchen slash living room, like an open space, a joint open space one. My other requirement, and this one is like an absolute must, is it must have a very modern, not very modern, but a modern kitchen and a modern bathroom. I don't know if I can count this as a pet peeve, but I just cannot stand bathrooms that just look old and dirty. Like, they look dirty because they are old, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes me a snob, but I can't physically I cannot fathom I can't see myself moving into somewhere where the apartment's nice but the bathroom is kind of just old and dingy, or just not appealing to look at or being. And the last thing is, I would appreciate a good sized bedroom. I've kind of gotten used to being like sleeping on a double bed, and it'd be nice if I could just keep that up. So yeah, those are all my like requirements. Everything else is just like, you know. So this first apartment kind of set the precedent of my expectations for what all other viewings would be like. I actually got there like a couple of minutes early, and I kind of buzzed myself in, and long story short, I ended up doing the viewing on my own with the person that currently lives there but is moving out, whilst the agent was downstairs the whole time because she thought I hadn't yet arrived. But it kind of all worked out well because I felt like I could actually ask questions of the person who'd lived in there, like honestly, without them feeling like they had to like, you know, beef it up a bit. This apartment was very spacious for just one person. I really liked that it had a lot of storage, especially in the kitchen area. There was like oodles of storage. I don't know what I would have put in there, but that was really nice, and everything was like modern in that kitchen area and all like inbuilt, which was brilliant. It had that open kitchen slash living room space that I was looking for. That was really what drew me to the apartment when I saw it in the picture, so obviously that ticked it off. The bathroom as well was quite modern and it had lots of space. I really appreciated the location as well. It was like town centre. Like, you can tell I live in a town because I call it town centre. Town centre is literally on the doorstep, so I wouldn't even need to worry about, you know, getting anything if it was late. It's also close to the gym I currently go to, which means that I would have absolutely no excuse. Like, if I stepped out of that front door and I turned to the right, I can see the gym. So there's absolutely, positively no reason for me to be going to the gym and making full use of my £30 a month membership. Lastly, the building was quite quiet, which I liked and appreciated, again, for content making purposes. However, I do plan on driving in the near future, and because this place is right in town centre, the closest parking is still quite a walk. When I say a walk, it's not like it's a 10-minute walk, but it's not in the same building or near the building or just outside the building or around the back of the building. It's like a car park that belongs to the shopping centre, so I'd have to park there and then take all my groceries and walk up the hill to the place. That being said, this building doesn't have a lift. It is on the first floor, this apartment. The building doesn't have a lift, and I have been spoilt again, living with my boyfriend in an apartment building that does have a lift. So if I'm parking a mile away walking uphill with my groceries and having to carry up the stairs. I don't know, I'm just a bit of a princess at the minute, so I didn't really want to let down those standards for what, £850. It's just how I feel. Although the building is quiet, I think it's probably because this apartment is situated at the back of the building, so that's great for noise, but in terms of light, like, there is no view. The view from the bedroom and the view from the living room is a brick wall. For me, that was like a big con. It meant that not a lot of light came into the house. I work from home all day, every day, and I don't really go out because, like I said, I don't drive. So if I'm going to be in there for majority of the days and majority of the weeks, I would like something to look at. And then the last thing that I wasn't too is probably me just being picky, but for my first apartment, I'd rather a shower instead of a bathtub, just for cleaning purposes. Like, I am so excited at the idea of moving out, but one of the things that shivers my timbers is cleaning. Not that I don't know how to, but when it comes to cleaning bathrooms, I don't know what it is, and it's more hassle if it's a bathtub, more strenuous if it's a bathtub, I've found. So it'd be easier and just more manageable for me if it was a shower. Let's move on to the second one. Apartment number 2. Also, please do let me know in the comments down below if you guys are enjoying this sound quality. I was watching my previous videos back and I was like, the sound on this is disgusting. When I am editing it, the sound sounds fine. It doesn't seem to have as much background noise as when I upload it to YouTube, and that disgusted me. So this is my first time using my DJI mic with my DJI camera, so please let me know if the sound quality is noticeably better, and if so, I will continue to use it. Otherwise, I will find an alternative. But anyway, like I was saying, apartment number 2 was at 995. Like, just tell me it's £1,000 and let's keep it stepping. Like, £995, Great British pounds. The major pro in this is actually that it's 2 minutes away from where I am currently sat on my bum. It is 2 minutes away from my boyfriend's apartment, so it'd be like I hadn't even moved out. This apartment was brand new, spick and span. Like, there was plastic still on everything. Everything obviously was so clean and so modern and so fresh. The kitchen was brand new. It had a dish. No, it didn't have a dishwasher. It did have a washing machine, but no dishwasher. And obviously what was that thing called? The bathroom was really clean and modern as well. There's a definite vibe to the whole place. There was lots of kitchen storage as well, so I really appreciated that. And there was this like random bedroom nook, which I guess you could either use as more storage or like just, I don't know, put a cute little table in or something. So I didn't see that in the pictures, but I thought it was kind of cute when I was viewing it. I am looking for a place that's unfurnished. This place was lightly furnished or furnished, whatever. Like, it had a bed, like a mattress, a bed, a wardrobe, and a sofa in there already, which I can't be mad at, because I guess they have to do something to make it worth the £995, aka a grand. But like, ideally I would want a place that had absolutely nothing in it, because I plan to put absolutely nothing in it, but I'll come to that in a different video. So I guess it being furnished is kind of a pro but kind of a con if I wanted to be able to have a place that's immediately livable. And the furniture itself wasn't like the ugliest furniture. They tried to match the furniture to the vibe of the place, which is clearly black and white. So I kind of appreciated it, which is why I'm putting it in the pros list. This one, I believe, did have space for parking. I'm guessing that's what there was like lots of like, there was space for parking outside, okay? And I came in heels, so I was a bit bothered about that. But yeah, there was space for parking. Like I said, I hope to drive fairly soon, so I wouldn't have to worry about that. In terms of cons though, this apartment I didn't realize was on the ground floor. The bedroom window is facing right on the street, and like I said, I live in this area already, so I know how busy it gets at certain points. The bedroom window being street facing is a big problem, because it's also on the ground floor, and I just know that if it just couldn't, like, it couldn't be an option if I wanted to film in there, and that makes me sad. So it's on the cons list. This apartment also didn't have that open kitchen living space that I wanted. The kitchen is in a separate room leading into the bathroom, and the living room, it's its own room, and I just didn't, it just wasn't at that. I didn't like that. I didn't want that vibe. The other thing is, it's kind of around the back of the building. Like, half of it is front facing, half of it is back facing. So the light situation isn't the best. It's a little dark, and because so much of the apartment is black and white, it's just quite dull inside. And again, I don't think I can spend most of my days in a space that is not as brightly lit as the apartment I'm currently in, even though it probably doesn't look like that on camera. Obviously, the last thing is that the price at £995 is, it's just out of budget for me, but it was around the corner. I wanted to see it, and I'm glad I did. So apartment number 3 is actually £765 a month. This is the one that I got called up and told that the apartment had already gone on the weekend, and so my viewing was cancelled. However, I still want to review it because I'm in my presenter era. So in terms of pros, from what I can see from the pictures alone, it did have a modern bathroom and a modern kitchen, like modern enough, like it was okay. So like that was the main reason I wanted to see it as well. It did seem to have quite a lot of natural light coming in, which again I can appreciate because the others I'd been to were pretty dimly lit. And also they very clearly made it obvious that there was parking in the area all around the back of the building. So again, another thing I could appreciate. In terms of cons, you okay? Okay, I'll just quickly wrap this up. It was much further from town than I would like, and a little too close to like where my parents currently live. So I already know that I don't like that area as much, but I wanted to try and be open-minded about it. So that was a major con. And the last thing is that the bathroom did look a little bit small. I know I complained about the other bathroom, or bathrooms in general, that have like a not so modern vibe, but I would like a little bit of space to move in a bathroom, and I didn't have that. So from what I can see from the pictures, it already probably wasn't going to be for me, so I'm not too mad that they cancelled. But all in all, these are the 3 apartments I viewed. I have a 4th one, like I said, right now. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. Thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you soon.